Brandon Ingram leads balanced Pelicans past Kings. OKC next. In a thrilling matchup between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings, it was Brandon Ingram who shone brightest as he led his team to a hard-fought victory. The Pelicans came out on top with a final score of 117-110, thanks in large part to Ingram's stellar performance. Ingram, who is in his fourth season in the NBA, has been a standout player for the Pelicans this season. He has been averaging 23.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.7 assists per game, and his performance against the Kings was no different. He finished the game with 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, leading his team in scoring and making key plays down the stretch to secure the win. The game got off to a fast start, with both teams trading baskets in the first quarter. The Pelicans were able to build a slight lead early on, but the Kings fought back and the game remained close throughout. The Pelicans were able to maintain their lead thanks to strong play from their bench players, who provided a much-needed spark when the starters were struggling. One of the standout performers off the bench was rookie guard Kira Lewis Jr., who finished the game with 14 points and 5 assists. Lewis Jr. has been a key contributor for the Pelicans this season, and his performance against the Kings was no different. He provided energy and scoring punch off the bench, helping to keep the Pelicans in the game when the starters were struggling. Another key contributor for the Pelicans was center Steven Adams, who finished the game with a double-double, scoring 12 points and grabbing 15 rebounds. Adams has been a force in the paint for the Pelicans this season, and his presence on the boards was crucial in securing the win against the Kings. His ability to control the glass and provide second-chance opportunities for his team was instrumental in the victory. Despite the strong performances from their bench players, it was ultimately Brandon Ingram who sealed the win for the Pelicans. In the fourth quarter, with the game hanging in the balance, Ingram took over, scoring clutch baskets and making key plays on both ends of the court. His ability to create his own shot and score in a variety of ways was on full display, as he hit jumpers, drove to the basket, and knocked down free throws to help secure the win. Ingram's leadership and poise down the stretch were a testament to his growth as a player, and his performance against the Kings was a reminder of why he is considered one of the rising stars in the league. His ability to take over games and lead his team to victory is a rare and valuable skill, and it was on full display in this matchup. With the win against the Kings, the Pelicans improved their record to 11-12 on the season, putting them in contention for a playoff spot in the competitive Western Conference. The team has shown flashes of potential throughout the season, but consistency has been an issue. If they can continue to get strong performances from players like Brandon Ingram and their bench contributors, they have the talent to make a push for the postseason. Next up for the Pelicans is a matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team that has struggled this season with a record of 9-14. The Thunder have been dealing with injuries and roster turnover, but they still have talented players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Al Horford who can cause problems for opposing teams. The Pelicans will need to bring the same energy and intensity that they showed against the Kings if they want to come out on top against the Thunder. They will need strong performances from players like Brandon Ingram, Steven Adams, and their bench contributors to secure the win and continue their push for a playoff spot. In conclusion, Brandon Ingram's stellar performance led the New Orleans Pelicans to a hard-fought victory over the Sacramento Kings. His scoring, playmaking, and leadership were instrumental in securing the win, and his ability to take over games and lead his team to victory was on full display. With the win, the Pelicans improved their record and put themselves in contention for a playoff spot in the competitive Western Conference. Next up is a matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where the Pelicans will look to continue their winning ways and build momentum as they push for the postseason.